What is this place, Countess?
It was here that the lightning war with the Solar Empire was ended. Faster, Ubel! Arise, fallen ones! Exylvania has need of you once again!
Forgive me, Master.
Ubel, what have you done?
Welcome back to Battalion Wars. It's time for Mission 18, The Road to Exylvania, aka the most hated level in the game because beginners really have a tough time with this level for a particular reason which we will get into sometime into the level.
We can expect heavy resistance on the road to Exylvania. But we must advance to the Flagstag. Only there can we put an end to this war. The area is full of static gun emplacements. Proceed with caution. I'm getting reports of unidentified armored units in this area. Maybe the Exylvanians are deploying some new kind of weaponry. And there are unidentified aircraft patrolling the skies. If they turn out to be hostile, use your missile vets to take them down. Whatever happens, intelligence suggests we're gonna be in for one heck of a fight when we assault those strongholds.
Welcome to Road to Exylvania. This mission is an absolute nightmare if you're trying to clear it for the first time. I happen to know that my first clear of it way back was a whopping C rank. Yes, I know. These boxes are a new emplacement. They have 2 machine guns on their sides and a rocket launcher in front of them. So as long as you use the battle station to tank the rocket shot, you'll be okay. The battle station has a long range, so they're pretty easy to destroy. Now, we'll want to get up this hill rather quickly because of the 2 artillery units that will shell us out if we're not quick enough. The first stronghold isn't difficult to take down. You'll actually complete the objective when a certain number of units are destroyed, rather than having to rout all the enemy units, which is okay. It's not particularly bad. What's bad is my aim. I'm really bad at aiming the battle station's cannon here for some reason. I mean, look at this shot right here. See this? I didn't even destroy what I was aiming at, but I destroyed something at least. Now, this looks like it'll be easy because you have a battle station of all things, but no. All this talk of revenge is really quite boring. I still like how those Exylvanian grunts say the weirdest things. I mean, I heard them saying it, but you probably didn't. Now here's where it gets tricky. There are gunships approaching, but they aren't the normal gunships. You might notice that they look a teensy bit different. Well, that's because these gunships belong to the Iron Legion of Old Exylvania. Man, that's a mouthful. Now, the Iron Legion's units are all throughout this map, and they are pissed. They're pissed at Exylvania, and they're pissed at the frontier. I mean, you're gonna notice the Legion actively attempting to destroy Exylvanian units here. Like these grunts up ahead. Now these grunts will still shoot at you even though the Legion is trying to destroy them as well, but, you know, I guess we might as well kill 2 birds with 1 stone here. I mean, they're just rifle grunts, it's not like they're a threat. But the thing about the Iron Legion's units, particularly the gunships in this map, is that the gunships infinitely respawn. Yes, there are an infinite number of gunships, which means if you take your time, then the gunships are going to wreck your battle station. And there are a couple of points in this mission where even the battle station will have a tough time if the gunships decide to respawn at the same time as it's dealing with as your battle station is dealing with other units. And of course, the icing on the cake here is that the Iron Legion units are named exactly the same as the Frontier units. So I can't make the rockets blasting off again joke here, because they're called bazooka veterans, not rocket units. Which is a weird thing too, because I mean, I guess it makes sense because Legion Flame veterans don't use acid, so it doesn't make sense to call them acid gas units. But, you know, if they're supposed to be the predecessors to Exilmania, wouldn't they have the units named the same? Oh well, they're back to being normal in the sequel, as is the case for all units. Here's a Legion heavy tank. Now, I am not 100% certain, but it seems to me that the Legion units they have more health and more armor than your units do, which is very much unfair if it's true. I don't know, it just seems like it takes more shots to take down their heavy tanks than it does mine. Anyhow, you'll notice that I use the Y button to order my troops around for the vast majority of the level. The mistake the beginners make here is having your units in follow mode constantly, and only taking them out of follow mode in order to order the missile veterans to attack the gunships. You're gonna get destroyed if you try that. You have to order your troops around with the Y button because, as we've pointed out multiple times, the AI is just stupid in follow mode. It follows you and does nothing else unless you're actively attacking another unit. If it's in directed mode or guard mode, then they will actively attack other units, and that's the key to beating this level, because you want the missile veterans to actively shoot down the gunships as they approach instead of waiting until they're already beaten down in order to start shooting at them. It's an AI problem that we've talked about for the entirety of the mission, of the game, rather, and it does catch beginners off guard, but, you know, it's all the more important in this mission, is what I'm saying here. Also, surprise heavy tank off to the right here. I suppose if you're feeling bold, you could try and take out every unit in this map with a single missile veteran. Somewhere between trying to clear X-Day with a single unit as well. That's these heavy tanks dealt with. Another pillbox up ahead. Coming up here, I believe, is the mission's toughest segment. Yes, this very much looks like it. Coming up here is an area with a bunch of sulfur craters, which we saw in the previous mission, although this time it's very easy to slip into one of them. As you can probably guess, jumping into a sulfur crater will end your unit's life very quickly. But it's important here because we're in a much more cramped space for this next area. There appears to be a path split, but I've never actually attempted the further path here. So we're going to try and take out these heavy tanks from here. And with the battle station's range, this is very much possible as long as you aim carefully. And of course you have to watch out for the gunships as well, because they like to respawn around this point. Dealing with the pillboxes, heavy tanks, and the gunships all at the same time is probably the most annoying part of this mission, if it comes to that. Really, this mission may be long, but it's also an endurance test for your battle station. How long can you go without getting destroyed, and can you go through it all without being destroyed? That will determine what your rank for this mission is, because of course, the battle station is worth far more technique, and due to the mission's length, you're probably going to take a while to clear it, so you've got to move swiftly for that speed rank.
He's out of there.
And as far as power goes, I'm pretty sure the gunships don't count, but you might as well make sure that they're destroyed before you finish the mission. At this point, the mission is pretty much over, because if you get past that point, you're probably going to get past the last part of the mission rather easily. There's only one more heavy tank. There we go.
That guy down.
Only a couple more rifle grunts, and then we come to a pair of statues that look exactly like Vlad. Man, that's egotistical. Anyhow, the final objective is to destroy these two statues, which is pretty easy with the battle station, but if you lost the battle station, then it's going to take a couple more seconds to destroy them. Of course, if you lose the battle station, you're probably not going to get an S rank anyways, so... yeah, freedom and democracy, Betty. Please continue saying things like that. Wait a minute. A perfect score? No. No, that can't be right. I did not just hype the difficulty of this mission and get a perfect score on it. Wow. I can't seriously be that good. And the bonus mission's description is like... Anyhow. So, apparently that mission's description is written in Legion language because we're playing as the Legion in the bonus mission, which is very cool, so this is bound to be a lot of fun.
The rightful masters of this world are reborn! Iron Legion shall destroy all who stand between us and total conquest!
Your lust for power has blinded you, Countess Ingrid. The Legion will succeed only in plunging the world into eternal darkness.
No, Kaiser Vlad. This is the beginning of a bold new era of glory for old Exylvania.
Welcome to bonus mission 4. Man, I'm actually sad that I turned off the voices during the levels themselves because possessed Ingrid's voice is just awesome. Now, I would like to say that this mission is an absolute cakewalk and you can just steamroll over all the enemies, but unfortunately we do have to use a little bit of strategy, but not too much. I mean, it wouldn't be quite as fun if we actually had to use strategy. We're the Legion of all people. We should be running over these guys. And for the first part of it, it really is rather simple. You just have to run over all of the Exylvanian units with your gunships. There aren't even any ACAC units, but there are some Frontier missile veterans right after them. So I'm going to take them out before they start shooting down the gunships. And Ingrid apparently thinks that our gunships are invincible. They're actually not. Just don't listen to her. She's trying to make you fail the level for some reason. Because, you know, her entire strategy is attack, attack, attack. And then you realize that gets you killed in this game. So there's one Frontier heavy tank here. And that got destroyed pretty quick. And apparently my Legion units have not destroyed all of the rocket units yet. Come on, you guys, pick up the pace. They don't call you the Iron Legion for nothing. I'm gonna take control of this gunship here for a minute because there are some bazooka veterans up ahead. And right after that, there are some artillery placed here. Now there are missile veterans in this fortress up ahead, but they're not close enough to the artillery to actually attempt to defend them. So our gunships can take out the artillery pretty quickly, before the missile veterans become a threat anyways. Now I find this stronghold here very difficult to take down, mostly because of the missile veterans. You don't want to lose the gunships because they're worth a lot to your technique score. So what I wind up doing is just taking one heavy tank and using it to destroy all the units in the stronghold. Now you can from the beginning of the level you can actually fly over to where the artillery units are. You'll cross past the level boundary if you do, but you won't actually get sent back to the beginning of the stage. You know, so you can fly your gunship over there, destroy the artillery, and then fly back. Long before you're supposed to reach that point, but yeah, nobody is going to actually take advantage of that because it would take too long. Oh, hey, enemy mortar vets? I don't think we've ever seen that at all. This is the first map to have enemy mortar veterans in it, not counting Exylvanian grenade units, of course. The heavy tank is not recommended for these mortar veterans because they're actually way stronger than they look. I mean, at the very least, they will do a number against your heavy tank. And then after that, we just have to take down this stronghold and the mission is complete. Huh. Not exactly a long level, unfortunately. I was looking forward to rolling over more units with the Iron Legion. Maybe if they had tossed in some Tundran units or some Solar Empire units. Of course, they're not going to, of course. Now, this heavy tank is positioned very strategically on the Frontiers part because if you try and destroy any other units, then this heavy tank and several others will attack the unit that's attacking. So I have to lure that heavy tank out so I can take it out with another heavy tank, all while the other heavy tanks don't notice me, as you'll see. Now get out of my way, Legion units, I have things to destroy. Yes, it's actually lured towards the corner there, so I can shoot at it from here. And you can actually get its shots to be blocked by the wall there. Very nice. After that, it's simply a matter of destroying all of the other units. Now they're mad. But what can they do against a player-controlled Iron Legion tank, right? I mean, the only real chance they have is if the missile veterans decide to be smart and try and circle strafe me. But of course, the computer never tries to circle strafe. So, I'm actually going to switch to another tank, though, because this one's pretty damaged. I'm also wondering if my units will try and get in there and destroy stuff. Oh, actually, I'm not going to switch to another unit. I was actually just lying. I was going to grab the jerry can instead. Gosh, I need to script these videos more often. So yeah, bonus 4, playing as the Legion. It's fun while it lasted, I guess. I kind of wish they let you just run right over everything instead of, you know, forcing you to be strategic when you're playing as the Legion of all things. But, you know, difficulty has to come from somewhere. Then again, they are bonus levels for a reason. But one of these tents has got to have a fuel can in it. Yeah, there we go. I almost wish those fuel refills weren't there. Sadly, the mission ends with just one line from Betty and then it gives you your score. Okay, one line from Betty and one from Ingrid. It was kind of a fun mission, but I am just a teensy bit disappointed from it in the end. Oh well. At least I did it justice by getting a good score, right? Yes, if I had gone just a little faster, it would have been much better. But oh well. Next time, we'll actually destroy the Legion for good this time.